What's up, everybody? Gridbot Guru here. Going to switch gears a little bit with you guys today. Some of you guys have been asking a little bit about how I kind of set up my trades and what I use. So a lot of times what I will do is I will show you just a straight up chart, whether it looks like this or whether it kind of looks like this, or whether I am hiding all of my stuff just to where you guys don't see it. It's because I don't want people just to think that the tools that I use will make a good trade. So today is the day that I'm going to introduce to you the indicators that I use. So I use two indicators. The first one is called well, they're both called the DCA power tools. It's a combination. The first one is the set of lines. Okay, these are trend lines. These are EMAs, and what they do is they go with the trend. Today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the DCA oscillator, though. Okay, because that's the one that I use a ton. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to go ahead. This is theta, by the way. I'm looking at it on a daily chart, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm charting this. Okay, so I'm going to chart it on the daily chart. So I have my bottom zone here. I think, you know what, this is probably going to be an area where it could bounce. Looking at it, I could probably even bring this up a little bit, maybe to about right in there. And I think we're in a good zone. So what I then do is I look at my next indicator. Now, super overwhelming, super crazy looking. However, let me kind of break down some of it for you. You have several different things going on. The first thing that I'm going to talk a little bit about, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just turn everything off. I'm going to leave those. Turn the VWAP off. Divergence. All right. So I've turned everything off except for what I want to start off with. So first thing that you guys will see is you'll see green lines down here at the bottom and red lines up here at the top. Those are going to be lines that indicate overbought and oversold. So if something, for example, is over here and it's way up here and these big waves are up there, it's over the red line, it's going to be overbought. If it is below the green line, it was going to indicate an oversold. Okay. Now, the next thing we want to look at is this big blue area that I have. I've modified mine a little bit just because I made it easier on my eyes. And I don't remember what the exact colors are. So the blue area is going to be part one of a wave trend. The pinkish area is going to be part two. The blue area is going to be leading the wave trend. So whatever the blue is doing, the pink will probably follow. Okay. So what you have here is, like, for example, the blue is coming up, the pink is coming up. You see down here, the blue started coming up, and then the pink a little bit later, it started coming up. And so it's going to follow how it works. The idea is that you get these big trends. Okay. So you have like the pink coming down, the blue coming down, and when they clip together, so in this area right here is when you should go to your chart and start looking for something that potentially could happen. Okay, potentially. It's not a guarantee. It's potential. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about a little bit right here. So let's check it real quick. So I think it was right here. maybe right here, and you see that there was a little bit of a pump. It went up a little bit. However, it also came back down. So I'm going to show you a couple more things that we have going on. So that's part one of the DCA oscillator. Okay. Part two, let me turn on the second part for you, is going to be the VWAP. Okay, the VWAP is going to end up indicating a couple different things. It's going to indicate if it is trending up, it's going to indicate an uptrend. So if it's rising, it's going to show that the trend is going up and the price should continue going up as well. If it is coming down, then it should indicate that the price is falling. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back. I think it was like right here I said, or maybe right here. Oops. All right, so right there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here. I'm going to make a little circle right there. All right, so we have our little circle right there. Let's see what happens. So our little circle will be right there. Okay, so it would have went up. However, let's check what our VWAP is doing as well. Okay, so let's check out what our VWAP is doing. Our VWAP is crossing over, but it's not a huge cross. Is that a trade I probably would have taken? Probably not, because that VWAP is not signaling that it's needing to cross or that it's coming up as a strong trend. Is it coming up? Absolutely, it's coming up and it's crossing over, in fact, right there. However, we are going to use this tool to look for good, solid, strong trends. Okay, and I'm going to kind of show you how to put them all together here in a little bit. So down here, yep, there's our circle. The other thing that we have is, let me turn on. We have, I'm going to do some buy signals and divergence. There's another one at one point. Maybe I turned it on and I wasn't for sure exactly that I turned it on. We'll check it out. I think I did turn it on, actually. It wasn't labeled. We also have a green area here. So this green area, that's your MiFi, NFI. Green is going to indicate the bulls are in charge. And red is going to indicate the bears are in charge. If you don't have a big area, then you're going to kind of want to kind of chill, okay? And we also have, if I end up dropping it back down, we also have some green and red dots, which are green is going to be indicating go long, red will indicate go short, or it'll be a buy and sell signal. And we also have some bearish and bullish divergence, okay? Bearish and bullish divergence. So what you end up having here is you literally have everything you need at your fingertips. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you kind of how I set mine up. So what I am going to do is, here is my bottom zone. So I'm just going to look at theta and I'm going to say, okay, I've got my bottom zone here. Again, this is on Pionex. So if you guys aren't familiar with Pionex, they have grid trading bots. The bots are, the fees are 0.05%. So you're looking at very, very cheap trades. And what you can do is you can set a bottom price and a top price, and you can let the bot actually trade in that zone, that grid. And so what I have done on this is I've charted a bottom here. I will chart my top maybe up around here. So I'll say probably around this area. And then what I'll do is I'll create my zone. And when I do, it's going to create another box. All right. So I have theta. This is on the daily. I have theta, and those are my zones. So what I then do is I go in to Pionex and I put in my zones for my trading. Again, this is on Pionex. We have grids that we work with. If you are not familiar with Pionex and want to learn more, let me know. If you need to sign up, click the link below. Let me know. Join our Discord, and we'll get you started. If you DM me and say, "Hey, I used your referral. I need to know how to set up a bot," I'll help you personally. I'll help you set one up. Okay. All right. Getting back to what my style is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a grid. And what I'm going to do is probably about halfway, start one there. And then I went down. I really liked 450 on this one. So, and I'm going to change my background for you. So what it ends up doing is you put in a certain amount. So say I put in like $50 and I split my grid up. On the top of my grid will be about I would probably use 825 probably if I were to do it. So, so I'd probably come down because 825 is one of those psychological whole numbers. It's like it's just an easy number for the human brain to think about. And so it's 450. So I'd bring this one down to probably about 450 and kind of get it going about right there. So that's going to be my grid. Now, if the price of theta stays in that box, that means it is trading and it is working. Okay. However, I need to make sure that, does this really look good? So what I do then is I come to my power tools, my DCA oscillator. Do you see how we have some trends, or these trend lines? They're way deep. They're way below the zero line. And what you're having is the blue and the pink start coming together. And what that's going to indicate is when that blue starts turning, that's going to indicate that we're going to start a buy. And so what ends up happening is as this comes down, the pink will start to clench shut, and it will start to go, and it will turn into the blue area. So that's your first indicator. The second one is going to be your MiFi. It is red right now. That indicates it's still kind of going down to me, and that's all right. I am all right with that. The VWAP, which is yellow, is also indicating that it's still going down a little bit. So what I would want to do is I would want to make sure that, okay, and kind of keep an eye on all of this and say, you know what? I see that the wave trend is really low. I see that the MiFi is turning red. I see the VWAP is headed down. I'm going to wait. Okay. Now, what this actually ends up looking like, let's go back in time a little bit, see if we can't get a good one. All right. So something like this. Where are we at? So what you're going to end up noticing is, so if we're in the same boat we were, back last year, before all we had this giant boom. So if we're looking back here, and we kind of have the same situation going on. So VWAP is going down, okay, pretty deep wave trends, and you have this red, you have red and green dots. If you would have waited and got this green right here, because the MiFi is green, VWAP is going up, the blue and the pink are closing together, they're pinching together, and they're headed up, you would have ended up getting theta in for about 20, 25 cents, we'll say. We'll be conservative at 25. Now, I'm not saying that you can't do it more, because if you come back here and you start charting stuff, you see right here, look, boom, here we go. And our MiFi is green. So we can go long around in here, and it's going to take us from 40 cents all the way up to, looks like potentially, did it hit 80? No, it didn't. It hit 79 or 77.9. That was the high there. 79.9 is the high there. So it almost hit 80. But look what ended up happening. He paints a red dot. That red dot signals that we're losing momentum. Things may change, may switch around. So you end up either A, you could do two things. One, you can close the trade, or B, you can, sell half, take profit on half, and then wait for a dip. But it came back down. It started coming back down, and it came back all the way down again. If we're charting, we're looking at this area right here. If we're charting, it bounces around this area. Oops. It bounces around this 50, we're going to say 55 cent area, and then it just absolutely goes bonkers. So we're probably around this area, 55 cents. It goes up, comes back down, goes up, and then it just goes bananas. Comes up to 70 cents, comes back down, gets a green at about 60, looks like, and then just goes berserk. Okay, 250 looks like what we hit. So you can see how these are going to be good. Okay, what I can do is, let's see if we can't see some real-time stuff right there. Boom. Even though this is red, okay, you were pretty deep into the this is a 1 minute chart. Okay, I don't recommend trading a 1 minute at all, ever. I'm doing it just simply so you can see how some of this is working. Now, right here, this VWAP is starting to come down, so I would not take a trade right now. Back here, I would see the MiFi starting to close red, or starting to cross over to the green side. I would see the VWAP starting to close or go up across the zero line. I would see the pink and the blue starting to cross over. I would see that we're super oversold. Okay, and then right here at this dot, so this dot would have closed at about 546. So if I went long at 546, I could have at least gotten to we'll say at least I could have done a take profit at 550 or 552. So this is going to kind of give you an idea of where some of these happens. If I wanted to try and short the market right now, I'm looking up here, and I'm going to see that, we have some red dots up here. It's looking overbought. Big trends, red MiFi, VWAP is headed down. That tells me, hey, again, this is a minute chart, so things change very quickly. Hey, this area could be a good spot to sell, and if I would have sold, I would have gotten all of that. So either way, let's look. So if I would have went until I felt comfortable, probably on that one is probably one that I would have taken probably a 1.62%. We'll say a 1%. We'll be a very conservative and say we got a 1%. in 23 minutes. So we would have made 1% of our initial investment in 23 minutes. Then I could also end up saying the exact same thing about this. Let's see, this green dot, I'm going to say we went long right here. So it's looking like we could have gotten, again, we'll do 1%. We could have gotten it in 3 minutes. 1% in 3 minutes. So this is one of the reasons why I use this strategy. This is one of the reasons why I use these power tools. Okay. All right, everybody. Again, if you are interested in this, there is a lifetime purchase. So let me know. Click the link below, click the description. I will put my email address in there. And what I will do is I'll let you guys reach out to me if you guys do not have Discord. It is a paid indicator, so we will have to open it up to you on TradingView. All we'll need is your email address and a payment, okay? All right, everybody. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm on Discord. I'm on all the socials. Email. I'm going to put my email on the bottom. Let me know, and I will get back to you as best as I can, okay? I'm hoping these indicators help you out. If this is something you're interested in, let me know. If you have questions about it, comment below. If you have trouble with anything, let me know. And we'll hopefully you guys can start... So hoping you guys can start making some money with this like I have, okay? All right, guys. Hope everybody has a great day trading, and I hope you stay green.